Okay, you man, welcome to part three. Now, main components of the gearbox is the clutch, the gear, the gears, uh, and you got the gearbox motor. Now, the gearbox motor on voice buses, yeah, the gearbox motor will be that high pitched whine you hear that goes like whatever. And then you got the retarder. The retarder on voice buses, yeah, that's another part of the gearbox, I believe. Yeah. And then okay, so the retarder it helps with fuel. I don't know what the gearbox motor is for. I don't know what it does, but yeah, the retarder you hear this the retarder is the thing you hear when the bus brakes. On a listen bus you can hear it, but the thing has to be broke for you to hear it. You can't hear it when the thing is literally normal. You can't hear it on an Allison bus. It's impossible. And you can hear it on some ZF buses. On ZF buses, the retarder is very hard to hear. The retarder, and then again on ZF buses, you can really hear the retarder when the thing's a bit broken. So some ZF buses, if they got retarder, yeah, I mean, all buses with a gearbox have a retarder. To be fair, but it's only voice buses that are meant for the retarder to be loud enough for you to hear. But other gearboxes, yeah, you can't really hear the retarder. Like ZF gearbox, yeah, you can't really hear the retarder if the bus is in good condition. If it's in bad condition, you'll hear an airy sound whenever the bus is braking. That's the retarder. You'll go with the with the with the voice buses, yeah. The retarder is affected by the speed of the bus. Same with the Allison buses. The Allison buses, they make a turbo like sound when the bus brakes. That's the retarder. It goes. With voice buses, it's pretty much the same, but it's more high pitch. It's more high pitch. But Allison buses, it's very rare you find an Allison gearbox bus with a retarder that you can actually hear. It's very rare. It's very rare. Only some people like me will know what it sounds like. It's very rare. It's very rare. But yeah, okay, now getting into the clutch. The clutch affects how high the RPM revs and shit. And and so does the wheel, the speed of the wheels. The speed of the wheels when the bus is moving also affects the pitch of the engine. Now, pitch equals speed. That's why we call the RPM of the bus how fast the engine is moving. Now, if you call RPM, people often refer it as pitch of the engine because they don't really know what they're talking about. It's called when you say pitch of the engine, that's the RPM. Yeah, that's how fast the engine is moving. But no one knows really. No bus enthusiast really knows what exact RPM the bus is doing. But you can guess relatively. Like okay, that actually nah. I don't know exact RPM I'm doing in the bus, but I know the red line RPM. I don't know the idle RPM for every bus, but I know the pitch of the engine. That's all I know. But that's all I know, and I know the red line RPM for buses. Now, the red line RPM is the top RPM the engine cannot get past. The engine cannot rev higher than that. Otherwise, the bus's engine is going to explode. It's not safe. That's why they limit it at that specific RPM. Like the red line RPM for E200 will be like. Now, some garages will put extra limits on the engine on neutral to stop it from overheating. So if it's got a limit, it'll probably be like relatively. It'll be like that. So yeah, and obviously they don't limit it when the bus is on uh flipping gear one, gear two, gear three, whatever, because it's gonna stop the thing from shifting through gears. Because yeah, the gear shifting is affected by the RPM. So yeah, the engine needs to be moving freely for it to do that. That's why the red line is above all the gear RPM shifting. So when let's say the clutch is unlocked, yeah. If the clutch is unlocked, as soon as the driver stops pressing the throttle, the RPM will fall straight back into idle, blah blah blah. If the throttle was being pressed, if the throttle is being fiddled with, the RPM will be easily traveling through, like the RPM will easily be changing pitches. You'll go like that's how easy you can affect the engine's pitch by fiddling with the throttle. But if the throttle is, I mean, if the clutch is locked, the throttle doesn't affect the engine no more. It's the gear and the speed of the wheels. So if the bus is increasing in speed, the RPM will increase. If the bus is decreasing in speed, the RPM, the pitch of the engine, will decrease because the clutch is unlocked. So the clutch can't really do anything with the engine. It's pretty much just the gears and the speed of the wheels. Now the gear is always affecting the engine. So yeah, the gear is always affecting the speed of the pitch of the engine, whatever you call it. Yeah. So yeah, let's dive straight into the video. I'll tell you when the gears are locked. I mean, no, it's not gear locking, it's clutch locking. A lot of people call it gear locking. It's not gear locking, it's clutch locking. The gears don't lock, bro. What are you talking about? The only time the gear will probably look is the engine if the engine's off. Pretty much, that's pretty much the gear locking. But realistically, the gear doesn't lock. It's the clutch.
286 to Queen Mary's Hospital.
Now, the idle RPM for this thing is now with buses, yeah, with the engine, yeah, the idle RPM lowers on diesel buses, yeah. The RPM goes below the idle RPM when the bus is moving and it's slowing down. It'll go like it depends on like how hard the brake is being pressed. I don't know why it's like that, but yeah, when the bus is fully stopped, it'll go. Like, I don't know why it's like that, but yeah, I'll tell you what gears anyway. Yeah. So this is gear one, and you'll notice just off the bat, the driver's easily being able to fiddle with the engine's pitch because he's pressing the throttle and like randomly lowering the throttle, applying pressure to the throttle, etc., etc. So like when he stops pressing the throttle, the engine falls back into its idle position, and when he presses it again, the engine's pitch is increasing car of the level. It's because of the level he's pressing the throttle by. Okay, so we're on gear one, the clutch is unlocked. We're on gear two now, clutch is still unlocked. Gear three, clutch is still unlocked. Now, see what I mean? When the clutch is unlocked, the driver can easily go. Because the throttle affects the movement of the clutch, and the clutch affects the movement of the speed of the engine. So essentially, the throttle is affecting the pitch of the engine when the clutch is unlocked. But if the clutch is locked, it's just the wheels. So when the clutch is locked, the RPM will stay on one, like the RPM will stay stiff on like where it wants to go because of the wheels. But on gear three still. Okay, we just locked there. So you see when it goes, that's it looking. That's the clutch looking, yeah. And now on gear four because it's went. Oh, I like the stuff just vibrating to the engine, man. So on gear three now. Okay with Alice ones, yeah. When the bus is slowing down and it goes into gear two, the clutch unlocks right there. So we've went into gear two now, and the clutch is unlocked. But they do it smoothly when the bus is slowing down. When the clutch unlocks, yeah, and it's on gear two, the rev, oh my days, it unlocks so smoothly, like it goes. Mm, I like how it does that. It does that on like ZF buses as well. I think. Gear three, clutch is still locked. Mm. So it's on gear two and it's unlocked now. Okay, so when it switches back into gear one, it goes. When it goes, that's it switching back into gear one. Because you have to understand when the clutch is unlocked here, the the engine's RPM is easily affected by the pressure of the throttling. So if the throttle's low, then it's obviously going to be fainter. How noticeable the pitch of the engine is, judging by the gear. So when the clutch is unlocked and there's no throttling being applied, it'll just do a small rev. It'll do a faint little small rev if the bus is slowing down. So when it goes, that's it going back into that's it downshifting into another gear. So they don't just go like gear one once the bus does completely stopped. They do it right before. No, that wasn't it. That was just the idle RPM going back up because the bus fully stopped. But they go so when the bus is before the bus is fully stopping, it goes. Mm, that's it, changing back into gear one. Sorry, we're on gear four now. Clutch is locked. Gear three, clutch is locked. Clutch is unlocked now and it's on gear two. That was gear one. Shifted back into gear one and the clutch is unlocked. Sorry, let me make it more noticeable. Sorry. See, that's it going back into gear one. Oh, and I like that about Alice on Euro 4200s. The way the engine like, the way the pitch of the engine just like the way it goes low and then it goes back up and then it lowers again and goes back up. That's what I love about Euro 4 Alice on E200s, man. Okay, so on gear one, the clutch is unlocked. Gear two, clutch is still unlocked. Clutch is still unlocked. We're on gear three now. Clutch is locked now. I'm on gear four.
Bexley Road, Domestic Road.
Now we're on gear five. Gear five, yeah. Clutch is still locked.
University of Greenwich, Mansion Site.
Gear four, clutch is still locked. Gear three, clutch is still locked. Gear two, clutch is unlocked. Gear one. That was it, shifting back into gear one. Gear one again, clutch is still unlocked. Gear 2, clutch is unlocked. Gear 3, clutch is unlocked. And then it goes, that's the clutch locking. Clutch is locked. It's on gear 4 now. I mean, sorry, wait. That when it went, that was it. That was it locking. If I said unlocking there, I'm sorry. But yeah, okay. It's on gear 3, gear 2, and the thing unlocks. Gear 1, gear 2, clutch is unlocked. Yeah.
8,
Okay, so you couldn't really hear it there because the boss he cut the video before the thing could fully go back into gear 1.
6, gear 2, gear nearly started.
Gear 2, clutch is unlocked. Gear 1, you could tell it a bit. It was a bit more obvious there because the thing sometimes it jerks a bit like that. I don't know why it's like that, but sometimes it jerks a bit more impactful like that. Like sometimes the jerk is a bit more impactful. Gear 2, clutch is still unlocked. Gear 3, clutch is still unlocked. See, the driver's able to fiddle through the RPM a bit with the throttle there because the clutch is unlocked. Okay, so it went into the clutch locked there and it went into gear 4.
University Bridge, southwest depot.
Gear 3, gear 2, and the clutch is unlocked. Alright, so you get the song of the engine. Alright, that's that station.